Welcome, and thank you for flying with Vortex Air Services. You will fly in a helicopter model EC-145 with the capacity for 9 passengers on board. Now, we will explain to you all the procedures to follow that guarantee your safety and the safety of your flying companions. Approach to the aircraft. Once you have been given your boarding pass and your baggage has been weighed and checked, we will invite you to go to the waiting room assigned to your flight. The flying operator will indicate the moment where everything is ready for boarding. Wait for the operations officer to give you a life jacket, which should be put on before boarding the aircraft, and you should wear it during the whole trip. You will have to put away or take off any garment that may fly when approaching the aircraft, such as caps, bags, sunglasses, etc. The operations officer will indicate the right way to approach the aircraft. You should always approach the helicopter facing the pilot. Boarding. Do so using the boarding step and avoiding stepping on the life preservers of the aircraft, since shoes may damage this flotation device. Once you have boarded, sit down and immediately fasten your seatbelt, which will be locked during the whole trip. In this aircraft, there are 4-point seatbelts. You will know that your seatbelt is correctly fastened when you hear a locking click. After the operations officer has confirmed that the passengers have correctly fastened their seatbelts, he will close the aircraft's door, making sure it is properly closed and confirming the procedure for takeoff may begin. During the flight, it is important to keep both the life jacket and the seatbelt on. You should not take them off in any circumstance. If you notice any abnormal situation inside or outside the aircraft, inform the pilot immediately and follow his instructions. Landing. Once the helicopter is landed, wait for the pilot to give instructions to unfasten the seatbelts. The operations officer will open the door, and then you will be allowed to come down from the aircraft. In case you left your baggage in the baggage zone, ask the flying operator to hand them over to you. Always move from the aircraft. Remember that those are the safest zones. If you are wearing a cap or eyeglasses, do not put them on immediately. Wait until you get in a place away from the aircraft. During the flight and every undertaking procedures such as approach, boarding, and descent from the aircraft, it is strictly forbidden to smoke and/or use a cell phone. Emergency landing. In case of an emergency landing, it is very important to observe the following recommendations. Check that your seatbelt is correctly fastened, moving your head and back and forth, leaning your hands and your head on your knees. For your descent, please wait until the helicopter arrives fully on the platform or heliport before opening the doors. Always come out of the aircraft facing forward and keeping order. To open the door in case of emergency, pull the red lever and push your hands on the pre-marked spots, or pull the lever and push the door. If you have any doubts, read the security pamphlet on the aircraft. In case of landing at sea, keep calm and follow the pilot's instructions. He will inflate the life preservers of the helicopter and lower the aircraft. Identify the activation cord of your life jacket you are wearing, but do not activate it until you are told to do so. To activate the life jacket, pull the cords placed at the front, and the jacket will automatically inflate. If not, you can inflate it by blowing into the oral inflating tubes placed on the front and on the side of the jacket. Get off the aircraft only when the rotors have stopped turning around. Each aircraft has a life raft, red or yellow colored. That, as well as the jackets, should not be inflated inside the aircraft. The nearest passenger should throw it in the water, and once there, it should pull the raft's cord so it automatically inflates. If a passenger wears heavy shoes or they have pointed ends, he should take them off before getting on the raft. We request that you follow these instructions carefully. That will guarantee you a safe and pleasant flight. Thank you again for flying with Vortex Air Services.